All right, guys. So Brandy, I was watching a video with Brandy, and she was saying, that cross dressers are more the ones to make a statement or do something elaborate or whatever and cause a scene at the bathrooms, right? Now I'm a guy, right? I'm not sure if she's talking about me. I don't think she's talking about me, but I'm a guy, cisgender male, right? So when I go out, I'm using, and I'm sure she's not talking about me. She's probably talking about somebody else, but I mean, you have to remember when you look at someone, you don't know if they're a drag queen, a cross dresser. I mean, you can't just make that assumption, right? But Brandy's really good at it. But yeah, I'm a cisgender male, so I use the men's washroom, right? And I'm a guy, right? And I'm a gorgeous guy, right? So I've always been in the men's washroom, right? That's just always how I've been. But in general, cross dresser, trans, whatever. I mean, every trans person, every cross dresser, every drag queen is different, right? And I don't think you can make a bold statement like that. And she's awesome, I love her, but I don't think you can say like it's because the cross dressers being out loud, right? That's why the bathroom issue is a big deal, right? Because I mean, you have to remember there's trans people that say certain things. Like if you look at the people that cause issues and trouble in the situations that we see for trans people, a lot of times they are like Lily Tino, which people say is causing problems. I mean, sometimes I don't, sometimes you see someone in the video is positive, sometimes you see the video that's not positive, but they say that Lil Latino is causing problems. Um, they say that Jeffrey Marsh is causing problems. They say certain people are causing problems, right? And they say that those people are ruining for other trans people, right? But I mean, what do they define themselves as, right? A lot of them, I think, define themselves as trans, but you never know. Are they cross-dressers? Are they pretending to be trans? Are they pretending to be trans for other reasons? To use the woman's washroom? Are they, what are the reasons? What do they identify as, right? And are they the ones seriously causing the problem, right? If they're the ones seriously causing the problem, then yes. What do they identify as, right? But at that point, it's like saying, if a woman is causing problems or a man, a cisgender woman or cisgender man is causing problems, no one's going to be like, well, what kind of cisgendered woman or what kind of cisgendered man is causing problems, right? They're not going to be like, oh, it's obviously a cisgendered man with bad parents, or you know what I mean? Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like, and they might do that. Obviously, there's studies on who becomes what, or who does this, or who does that, who causes trouble, right? There's studies on that. But I mean, no one's going to be like in random conversation. No one's going to be like, that cisgendered man did something wrong, or that cisgendered woman did something wrong. Um, and I'm going to make the assumption that they're definitely this kind of cisgendered man. I mean, we've all seen lots of people cause problems, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's a cross-dresser or a drag queen or a transgendered person or someone that's non-binary that's causing a problem, and the rest of them aren't, right? I mean, what do you identify them as, right? Like, what are their, and why does it matter their identity, right? I mean, if their identity isn't causing a problem, like, we don't tend to look at identity necessarily. I think it's just when people are being targeted so much, like the trans community gets targeted so much, that they're like, okay, well, what is Jeffrey Marsh? And what is, I mean, that's the problem, right? You blame other people for things in a similar group because other people are doing those things. But I mean, like, Brandy's a good quality citizen. You can tell she's really good in society. And you can tell that, you know, Dylan Mulvaney, I mean, even though they said all the things about her, people can't stand her sometimes. I mean, I don't see her as being a problem in society. A lot of cisgender people, nobody, like the people that are real problems in society aren't necessarily creators. I don't think creators, I mean, some creators make it seem like they're the problems in society, and some of them are. I mean, some creators do crazy things, but I mean, I don't think it's really like, you can't blame a whole group of people based on what one person does, right? It's like when you said, when we heard that priests were, pedophiles, when Anderson Cooper talked about that. Obviously, not all priests are going to be that way. Not all priests follow the same style and form. Every priest is different, right? It just so happened that at that time when Anderson Cooper talked about it, a lot of priests were getting involved with that kind of behavior, and obviously not all. There's lots of good priests. I've seen lots of great priests. I've gone to church. They're good. They seem very nice, right? But I mean, I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I believe in Catholicism sometimes, depending on the day. But I do believe you can believe religion or no religion, or any religion, or LGBTQ or race. But I mean, you can't just blame. Even if lots of people in that group are doing something, you can't blame the whole group unless it's like purposely done by a certain group to another group, right? I mean, you could purposely blame certain things, but even in that case, not every person is the same, and there are outliers, right? Anyway, thank you. Bye now.